Summon a Starlight on deploy. Draws cards when him and the Starlight attack. It's pretty good. I think that's the pick. None of these uncommons are particularly impressive. Again, one of the most important things about this limited format, I feel like, is you want to stay open. These packs have 17 cards in them, so a lot of the time you can afford to make a couple of early picks as you get a feel for like what people are passing that's open and what's not. To answer Walking Corpse's question, Hex, like every modern digital card game, is completely free to play if you want it to be. It has a PvE single-player experience that you can play through with the free cards that you get when you start the game. You can grind the in-game currency and turn that into cards for playing constructed or entries for limited. You also, in Hex, your account has a level on it, so when you're playing any games, either against people or the computer, your account earns experience, and at different account levels, you earn different amounts of experience. Messages coming up on screen? Nope, my chat is not coming up on screen. I've noticed that a second ago, so reload my chat. Reload my notifications. Oh, my cup's not up there either. Just totally out of it this morning. This pack. No. So, and this is where, like, do I want to try and move in on the Bowie Starlight plan and, like, try and be Diamond Sapphire? I think that's probably not the worst. There's only one good Diamond or Sapphire card in this pack. So, like, I'm sending the message to the people I'm passing to here that, like, you don't want to be in Diamond or Sapphire, so I'm more likely to get Diamond Sapphire cards on the way back. Like, Strangle's probably the best card in this pack, but, like, there's also a Priest of the Sacred Weapon here, which is also very reasonable. Blood, uncommon, and there's a Call of the Week as well. So I think I'm just going to take the Windborn Ascension just because taking it cuts other cards that are in shards I might want to be out of this pack. Cost. Nothing super exciting in here. For those, my text messages in chat are because I'm trying to get the Twitch overlay from Streamlabs to work. Doesn't appear to want to be loading this morning. I think I'm going to go ahead and grab the guidance here. Again, nothing super impressive in here. Yeah, Totem Trap's okay, I guess. I think I'd rather have the guidance for consistency's sake. Just like get a resource or a non-resource is pretty good. I can't play the Bash this weekend, and I think I'm going to be able to play the Clash on... I think I'm going to be able to play the Clash on Sunday, so probably just going to be drafting for the Raider by Hex streams this week to get a feel for this format, since the Clash is going to be Kismet format this weekend. Yay, look at that, the chat came up. If I fixed it, that just means I like pounded on the refresh button enough that it decided to pop up. Spirit-bound Vicar, other socketed troops you control. The sockets decks of this format are actually pretty good if you can get the cards for them. And this card's not too terribly embarrassing on its own. It's like a 2/2 for 3, and you can usually put the plus defense gem on it, which isn't terrible. It's a shame we don't have flight on attack in this format. Grip Shrieker is okay. I think that's worse than the Spirit-bound Vicar, though. This has a major socket, so we could put Flight and Swift Strike in it, but I think that's now. I think I'd rather grab the Vicar here. Like, Blindside's okay. I could take this pack as a sign that I should move into Ruby because there's like a Transmuter and a Boomsmith here, but I think I'm going to take the Spirit-bound Vicar and see if we can start picking up some of the pieces to be in the sockets archetype. Here's a Sentry of Nulzan. There's nothing else particularly impressive in this pack. There's a couple of okay wild cards. Both Verdant Mixologist and Smash Magus are both like cards that I'm not unhappy to be playing. Same thing with Burly Botanist, but I'm going to go ahead and grab the Sentry of Nulzan and see if we could maybe draft the the sockets deck if we get pieces for that coming around. Sentry's just very powerful, gives all your socketed cards -1 cost. I think the key to the sockets deck in this format feels like Altar of Nulzan. I 3-0'd with the sockets deck once before, and it involved double Altar of Nulzan, so... Huh. We're definitely not a Jorged's Workshop deck, although this card's very powerful. Summon a Dreadling for each race among Underworld troops you control. The Talon Keep Watcher's pretty good if you can get a few of them. We're still early that I might want to pick this up. Again, nothing else in this pack super exciting. I feel like I'm going to force the Sapphire Diamond Skies archetype again and, like, be sad with the result. I guess this plays into the socketed cards, right? And this card's not very particularly powerful anyways. I'm going to grab the Canyon Runner for now and just see how socketed ends up playing out for us. And because I've already grabbed the Vicar and the Sentry Nulzan, I'm going to grab the Canyon Runner. And there's a Rock Cast in this pack. I don't think Thunderfield Seer is actually that good. I'm going to go ahead and grab, like, there's a Rock Cast, there's a Butcher, there's a Cruel Venom Blade. Yeah, I was just about to say that Blood looks pretty open. I'm going to grab the Rock Cast out of here, and we might end up moving into not playing this Bowie and not playing this Windborn Ascension. And just, like, the Blood Diamond Sockets archetype gets to play Crowbones at his top end, too, which is very good. I'm just gonna grab this cheap shot. Crowbones is another pretty reasonable payoff for being in sockets too. I don't really like so many people play this card against me when we're drafting, and it's always unimpressive. Like this 2-1 for 1 that gives like this 2-1 for 2 that gives the super marginal upside is just pretty terrible. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the cheap shot here and see how things coming. The problem with passing those packs that we just did, like taking this Rock Cast to the cheap shot now, is that like I passed a bunch of good blue cards to people. So we might not get a lot of blood on this next pack. There's a Talon Keep Hunter. I don't think Fiend of Nulzan is particularly playable. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just grab this Blood Ice here. We're not really seeing a lot of Sapphire coming around, so... Nothing very good in this pack. Yes, Concuss is fine. This Potent Puffball is an annoying card that might come back around. I plan to play... It's funny, so like, when I'm drafting, if I know I'm going to play my matches right away, I'm like slightly more inclined to like hate draft things like Potent Puffball here. Yeah, the Diamond Sapphire Skies deck, every time I've drafted, just like feels pretty unimpressive. Wow, the Totem Trap wheeled back around to us. That's really good. This was the pack that had Guidance and Totem Trap in it, right? So Diamond's probably pretty open. What do you want, kiddo? You want Chuck? Wow, and the Crypt Shaker came back around. Alright, let's go ahead and stake that up. It's pretty good. Yeah, the fact that there's no... I feel like the Diamond Sapphire Skies the Diamond Sapphire Skies archetype in this format is like a it's like a Cloudbounder away from being good, like a quality common away from being really powerful. Hopefully we can stake a Crowbones or an Altar in these next two packs. Those are cards that like are powerful, generate card advantage for us. Talon Keep Watcher came back around? Sure. Last couple of cards there. Yeah, look at that. Sunseer. Second to last pick. Good. Card's garbage. Card's a big old pile of garbage Reno. Every day we hustling. And this pack is even gifted without... There are no uncommons in here that I really, really want, so I'm just going to go ahead and draft this Pippin Hustler and pay for a portion of my draft. Every day we hustling the dollar bills, y'all. Lining my pockets. If there was an Altar of Dulzan in that pack, I probably would have passed the Pippin Hustler for an Altar of Dulzan or Crowbones to just like have a card that's like really powerful in the archetype I'm drafting, but like without an uncommon that's like must play in my deck, I'm pretty happy to just like snake it, take a couple bucks on the Pippin Hustler. That's more than acceptable. I too enjoy drafting. Is Hustler that much? Not seeing any of the uncommons we want just yet. That being said, I think Bring to Justice is a really fantastic piece of removal in this format. There aren't a ton of Valor producers since the Valor gem's not legal, so 10 out of 10 would love a Bring to Justice here. Someone took an uncommon out of this pack. Yeah, Hustler's only like $2, but still, like, take it. I'm always happy when, like, I draft enough value that, like, I could 2-1 the draft and, like, break even. Like, that's my goal as far as, like, value drafting goes. Wow. Yeah, Diamond must be pretty open for the people that are passively looking forward to getting more good Diamond cards. Light of Day here is a fantastic pickup. Just super quality removal. Makes a Daybreak too, so like helps you stabilize against aggressive decks. It's a little expensive, but I think it's definitely the pickup there. I like this card a lot. It's like Bring to Justice with Kicker. Yeah, definitely. It looked like a lot of the wells were coming down too, which is good. Like that's exactly what we need. Let's get a sweet draft format. Let's make Constructed cheaper for everyone to play. Not, huh. This is probably gonna wheel for me. Profane Ritualist is actually pretty good. Whenever their troop dies, it gets +1/+1. It's really good against the Dreadling deck, too. Just like a reasonable evasive troop. So I'm gonna go ahead and draft this. Hopefully the Shard of Retribution comes back around to us. That pack has a lot of cards in it, so hopefully no one else is in Blood Diamond and we get to wheel that. Want bots? Where are those bots at? Bots? Okay. Oh, wow. I completely missed that this gets rid of anything. I seriously thought that was just like a better bring to justice. Huh. That is very good. Grim Harvester's Dees, 2/2, Swift Strike, Life Drain, sacrifice other troops, deal 1 damage each opposing champion. Yeah, I'm pretty in for that. We don't have like Dreadlings or anything like that going on to like sacrifice extra, but like a 2/2 Life Drain is fine, and we could like randomly sacrifice or other things to like get in chip shots of damage that they're gonna eat anyways. Nothing in here to make the sockets deck, the sockets archetype better. We only have 12 playables. It might be a little bit early to be drafting resources, but I'm not super excited about anything else in this pack. I guess Monsagai Deadeye is fine. I'll draft the resource for now, and we'll see what else comes around. I'm gonna have to, like, aggressively pick up some chaff in the third pack if we're not too excited with what we have. Well, I guess I have, like, we could play the embarrassing Sunseer, and I've got a Shield Bash in here, too. Maybe we could splash Bowie Starlight as a bomb at the top end if we end up a little bit short. Grab, like, a Hextricitor or an Infusion Device or an Immortal Tears. Another Spirit-Bound Vicar. Yep, that's pretty good. Hopefully we're gonna go ahead and get some more socketed cards in the next pack. There's a Guidance in this pack too. This is a pack that always makes me sad. Like, I want this Spirit-Bound Vicar. I wouldn't mind getting this Hunger, this Duskwing Shipper, or this Guidance back around, but like, this pack, we're seeing this pack so late that we're probably not gonna wheel any of the cards we'd like a second copy of. Man, there's a Flickering Gobbler in this pack still? Huh. Pious Paladin's actually pretty good, right? Life Drain, Swift Strike. The Ethereal Caller's an okay card too. We don't have any reversion yet though, and I'm kind of light on 2-drops, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and stake this Pious Paladin here. I wouldn't mind picking up some Awakened Heralds late just to like help the double blood cards that we have, because we're definitely base diamond in this deck. Here's our original pack that came back around. How much is a Hex Draft? Seven American dollars. Hilltop Monastery is probably fine. That's interesting, Tom. I think the fact that I need 2-drops is a little bit more important. We got a Lamify, we got a Vanquish. I think Vanquish is fine. I think I'll take Vanquish. Lamify is kind of medium. Nothing super exciting in this pack. I guess I'll take a Death. Staunch Etherealist I'm probably more likely to play. I'm never happy if my draft deck ends up playing this card, but like, this might be one of those decks where like, I have few enough playables that like, we're gonna sigh and put it in our deck. Fiend of Nulzan or Winter Brave? Probably Winter Brave. The 1-2 is just pretty embarrassing. It's another socketed card as well. Yeah, Weakened Herald's fine. Like I said, I wouldn't mind getting one or two of these to fix our blood thresholds. Sweet. Duskwing came back around too. I like Duskwing. It helps block against things like Ada and Dreadlings, and then it also helps randomly fix with your short thresholds. Guidance? Why am I getting a 15th pick Guidance? It's good to be Diamond, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to be Diamond. What is going on? Holy crap. Are we gonna end up Mono Diamond? We'll see how this next pack goes. I feel like just like 3 Diamond playables, picks 14 or 15, 16, 17. Was that real life? Man, this pack. Crow Bones. That is a Crow Bones. It feels bad to pass Consultant Towns, but we are firmly not in that. Take Mr. Crowbones here. We put a speed gem in here, and then he rebuys one of our things here. Come on, let's hit an altar or two in this pack. Let's hit an altar or two in this pack. Maybe a second Crowbones. How many socketed things do I have at this point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good number. Power and Pain's not bad. Power and Pain puts a socketed card in the bin for us. I don't think I want a second Hilltop Monastery. Yeah, I'm gonna grab the Power and Pain. Hopefully this Diamond Dice will wheel. Well, am I at enough playables that I can just prioritize the resource at this point? I think I'm at enough playables that I can prioritize the resource now, right? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna grab the ice. I like prioritizing resources when I have a lot of playables in the third pack. So we have 23 playables right now, so that's not bad. Man, this pack was so good for Sapphire. Got past a landing pause site and a consult. 10 out of 10. Taking the Storm Rider here. It's insane, especially with Ethereal Caller. Like, Ethereal Caller could turn something into a Phantom, but then Storm Rider could revert it back to its original form. So, that's 10 out of 10 to pick up, but kinda crazy. What are cards I'm maybe not playing? I don't actually know at a glance. Maybe the Grim Harvester's not good enough because I don't have like Dreadlings and stuff to sacrifice. Another Ethereal Caller or a Fang of Nulzan. Another socketed troop you control gets +1/+1. I kind of don't hate Fang. That card will probably come back around late. The Ethereal Caller is probably marginally better. I don't think I want a second Monastery. You kind of run the risk of, like, having too much air. Oh, you mean cutting it? Yeah, that's fair. Let me tell you about my decks that have 3 guidance in them. There's a cannibalize in here too, though. I guess I don't have a ton of ways to gain life. I've got that and the pious paladin. Guidance, cannibalize, guidance, guidance is gonna add consistency. Let's add guidance. Honestly, this might be a 16 shard deck. We don't have a ton of top end, and I've got 3 guidance and 3 ice at this point. I don't hate that. Vanquish is okay. I guess I have a lot of removal. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 removal without the Vanquish. I could see that. Sapphire Diamond Control are the control deck that's been reasonable for the last little while. Canyon Runner, probably the pickup here. It's pretty powerful. I've got 2 Spirit Bound Vicars, so I'll go ahead and pick that up. There's a chance we might still see an Altar of Nulzad. If no one else is in sockets, that card's gonna go pretty late. If you like combo control decks, you should check out the Turbo PA deck that I've streamed a bunch with. That deck is super good. A lot of fun. As someone who likes drawing all of the cards, it's kind of a guess. I mean, like, it's like saying the Ardent deck's not playable because, what's the word I'm searching for? Because it's not good against Kaigalichu. Like, the best deck isn't a third of the field or a quarter of the field. It's like less than 10% of the field. It's like 10 to 50% of the field at most a lot of the time. Like, it's fine to play. Like, no deck is going to be favored against literal everything. Like, if something is favored against literal everything, then it's just like this best omnipresent force. Turbo PA is very good against Sapphire Diamond Control. Man, another Sentry or a Diamond Ice. Do I have enough socketed cards to make this Sentry worth it? Or should I just... Oh, there's a Shard of Retribution. Why? Why am I seeing... Why is this the 8th pack I'm seeing? I want this. I want this. I wouldn't mind this. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... socketed cards. I don't know if that's enough for a Sentry. I kind of just want another Diamond Ice. And just like, we might do something really obnoxious and put like 15 resources in this deck. I might board in these Talonkeep Watchers against an opposing Ada deck, so I'm going to grab those for now. I hate this Duskwing Shepherd. Be a little bit too much fixing. This is 15 resources. I mean, we've only passed 2 of these, so we couldn't have quite had that many numbers. I agree, when you get all of the broken cards together, that they're pretty good. Cut this, yeah. Play this Fang of Nulzad that we were expecting to come back around to us. I play 15 resources with 7 Fate Weaves. I could put Fate Weave on this Winter Brave too. Splash Bowie. We could splash the Bowie off of the Duskwing Shepherds and... Huh. Is that greedy? That feels greedy. I feel like I'm going to lose consistency trying to do that rather than gain it. of a Scouring Light for my board, thank you. That feels not worth it. I think I'd rather just, like, be more consistent than, like, have a bomb. I'm gonna, like, kill people with bad flying troops anyways. I think this is our deck. My drafts are pretty conservative. Like, yeah. It's a real shame there weren't any altars in this draft. Man, okay, so do I want this extra sentry? Alright, we're mostly diamond. But I have a bunch of double blood cards. Alright, so what am I doing here? Probably like 4, 5, and then 10 diamond. I'm gonna put plus defense in these Spirit Bound Vicars for their 2/4s. I'm gonna put Fate Weave in this Winter Brave. I'm gonna put... what do I want in this one? Is it just Fate Weave in this one too? Put Fate Weave in that one. I'm gonna put Flight and Swift Strike in this guy. Crowbones, need speed. Canyon Runner. I think I like Canyon Runner with plus defense in him. This is easy Ada deck, right? Ada best diamond champion. I'm happy with this. I think getting a 1/3 is pretty... I think having a 1/3 and then getting a 1/3 is pretty unimpressive. I'd rather have the evasive threat. No, the Abomination Gem's a major gem. So it's only bigger if it gets a minor gem. If it was a 2/4 that had 2 lives, I agree. Yeah. I would snap do that, but I don't think that's worth it. Yeah, I don't think it's worth splashing Bowie in here. Gonna play 15 resources with all of our Fate Weave. Load it up, move it out, Rawhide. Now, I think I'd rather have evasive threats in this format rather than, like, random ground pounders. My decklist tool not working? I'll be right back. Someone just rang my doorbell. I think I want to just Fate Weave for a resource here. We have this Light of Day in our hand, and I kind of just want to make sure that we hit that on time. This Duskwing Shepherd should be pretty good against Bombus. Probably board in the second copy of that for the third game. Sure. We have a 3/2. Winter Brave trades nicely for that. Go ahead and Fate Weave a non-resource to the top here at this point. I think I'm just supposed to, like, be defensive here and, like, leave this Duskwing Shepherd back. Maybe. It's annoying. Not the end of the world, though. We've got this Totem Trap in our hand in this light of day. That's pretty powerful. Hopefully they don't have a way to stop our removal here. This is now unblockable. So, need a second blood for that, but that's not the end of the world. Am I attacking with this? Yeah, seems likely. Rid of my trap card, opponent. If they have protection for this off of this, I think I'm probably going to sack this for a blood and then rot cast this, just so I don't take another 5 here. It's a pretty large amount of damage to take. They have a Stifling Sting. It's unreal. Good beat, I guess. Get right on out of here. They must not have another resource, or if they do, it's slow. Yeah, no 4th shard. It's good for us. Ooh. Ooh. Stees. Play her out. We know one of their cards is a combat training right now. Grab this Duskwing Shepherd out of my bin. It's like not the most impressive thing to return with Stormbrider, but it's fine. I haven't had a chance to play with this draft set any. How good has it been? It feels like all the good parts of 665 without the bad parts. And there weren't that many bad parts in 665, so like it's been really good. The having a ton of champions adds a lot of depth to the format. Sure. Block. Would like to block. The Crow Bones. Sweet. Will be good for us at some point. So we don't have any socketed dudes in the bin yet. I'm probably gonna put speed into some of my things. It doesn't feel like the word I'm searching for. It feels like my opponent doesn't have a lot of ground pounders, so I'd rather like have speed rather than plus defense on some of my cards. I'm going to explain how sockets work. So sockets allow you to customize your cards. That's really bad for me. I guess I should have left this back. They have another combat trading too. Tilt. Sockets are customizations for your cards. So basically, this card, I can change what it does while reserving and during deck building. So right now I have some Fate Weaves when it comes into play. Alternatively, I could also put, say, just playing this Canyon Runner. I'm gonna attack with this. Maybe he'll trade for it. Ding, ding, ding. Sweet. That trade's good for us because it lets Crow Bones generate value. It also gets us another Fate Weave here too, which is sweet. So now we have 2 flyers to potentially block a Flickering Gobbler here. Hopefully I don't get too punished for... Actually, this Crow Bones I probably want to put plus defense on. So, like, this card has speed on it to start, because generally, a lot of other decks don't have evasive threats, so, like, an evasive threat with speed is very good. But my opponent's deck has a lot of evasive threats as well, so I'm going to want to make sure I put a gem in here to give it plus defense post-board, so that way it can defend better against what my opponent has going on. Combat training, sure, so we're just, like, trading this for my Storm Rider. Seems pretty unimpressive. They must have another Flickering Gobbler, right? Oh, they're just playing it out to combat trading it? That seems mediocre. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and Guidance here and hit a resource guaranteed. Then we'll play this, and then I can go Canyon Runner Winter Brave because of my Century of Nulzan. Are sockets like a draft color theme? Sockets allow you to customize your card. So, and the customizations you can put in the card vary. Oh, that was a wrong sequencing. Vary depending on... I should have Fate Weaved first, because if I put a troop on top of my deck, I wanted that ability to go on the troop. So you can see here, like, my deck has a bunch of socketed cards in it, because I'm playing a sockets theme deck, basically. So, like, this card is socketed, it has a customization. This card, most cards are not socketed. So let's change some of these sockets around. So I'm going to go ahead and put plus defense in my Crow Bones, and I'm going to go ahead and put... speed in these Canyon Runners, I think, so they can just, like, start killing my opponent quickly. I'm gonna put speed in this Fang of Nulzan, too. Like, turn the corner a little bit. I don't think generically a particular shard favors it more than others. Oh, these Talon Keep Watchers are great, right? These seem fantastic. What doesn't seem good? Bring to Justice is probably a little clunky. Maybe Blindside isn't great. Duskwing Shepherd seems fine. I'm going to cut this Awaken Herald. I'd like more flying troops as blockers. I'm going to cut this Blindside. Let's do it. Yeah, it seems fine. To Fate Weave another resource at the top of my deck here. Yeah, sockets are kind of a tribe, I guess is a good way to describe them. Sweet. And I want to just hit a bunch of resources guaranteed to row here, so I'm going to go ahead and put another resource on top of my deck, and then this Winter Brave's going to get to Fate Weave as well, so we're going to hit our first 5 resources guaranteed with this hand. The Gushers are empty, kiddo. Sorry. You finished them yesterday. You want pretzels? No, pretzels? Where's your bowl? Go get your bowl. Oh, you found your bowl? Good listening. Good listening. Opponent has no turn 2 play. That's good for us. It means we get to play this Talon Keep Watcher here and Brick Wall. So their champion power creates a 1/1 with Flight, which is great for us. We hit another Ice there, so we're going to get to Fate Weave even some more. 165 squats. That's a lot of exercise. Sure. Yeah, I'm just gonna Fate Weave a resource here. Just like guarantee that we're gonna get to curve right on out into this Crow Bones here, I think. This is going to let them kill this. And then I wouldn't be super surprised if we see our opponent, like, Scorch us and then Bumblebot. Would love to trade here, especially since I have this Crow Bones in my hand already. I would love to play this Ethereal Caller out and get my Talon Keep Watcher back into play. I'll play this for now. Yeah, I'm just going to put a resource on top of my deck here again, just like making sure that we curve out into this Crow Bones. This would be a pretty easy double block here. Oh, they have a Scorch, right? I'm going to Scorch that one. That makes sense. I'm going to no blocks on this, I think. I'm going to take this trade here, just preserve my life total. Curious that they're using the Arcane Focus already. I wonder if that means they have a combat training or something like that. It's not resource efficient to do so, but I'm going to play the Storm Rider here so it could threaten to block the Flickering Gobbler. And then next turn we get to go Crow Bones plus Champion Power, and we get to pick our Winter Brave back up. When the Crow Bones comes into play, I get to return a Socketed card from my discard pile to my hand. A Fireball, that's really good. So we're going to take a hit for 5 here. Maybe 6 if they have a combat training. No training, that's good. And cards like Fireball and Feed the Flames are why this Crow Bones has plus defense on it post board here. It's an okay pickup. We need another blood for that to do something for us. Pick our Winter Brave back up. These are my blockers. There are many like them, but these ones are mine. If opponent attacks with the Flickering Gobbler, I'm going to attempt to double block with the Phantoms as opposed to trading my Crow Bones, I think. Crow Bones, he's a big boy with the plus defense gem in him. He'll hold down the fort nicely. So we can finally snowball our advantage. I definitely think we're probably more favored as the game goes along, so I'm going to push that advantage. A double block here. If they spend a removal spell so we don't trade with the Flickering Gobbler, I think we're fine with that. Just because, like, then they spent a card on, like, half our champion power. The resource. It's okay, I guess. I'm just going to play the Fang of Nulzan out here. Target this here. I think it's a little bit too early to be smashing with the Crow Bones too. I think I just want to leave him on defense. Let's just go ahead and get in here with my 3/3. Play this shard out. Kind of annoying that we hit another diamond. It's often hit another blood, but we do also only have 5 blood in our deck. It's not super surprising. Other Flickering Gobbler. That's kind of scary. I wonder if they have like a Feed the Flames here. Seeing Red. Okay. Now I'm really glad we didn't attack with this, so we'll 10 out of 10 trade these two. We have 7 blood altogether because we have things that provide fixing too. We have the 2 drops that make blood thresholds. And I'm gonna put a resource on top here just so like I could hopefully get to cast this Rockcast. Like we technically have 7 or 8 blood thresholds, which is fine. Like we only have 2 double blood cards. That's really good. If we hit another diamond here off this Fate Weave, we're going to be up a creek without a pedal. Ding, ding, ding. Alright. We know they have... What's it called in their deck? The stupid card that... What's the word I'm searching for? I'm not going to attack here. I'm just going to hold back. They have the Stifling Sting in their deck, so I'm just going to go ahead and Rockcast to get that Bumblebot out of here now. You know, one of their cards in hand is a combat training right now. I didn't want to attack with one of these because then if they have, like, Feed the Flame... God, we are just getting ranched here. Another piece of removal AS. And it gets either a power or a defense at random, and every action they've played has given it a power. Tilt. It could be anything, even an answer. That is not an answer. Okay. Take 2. Am I supposed to have 1 more blood in my deck? I don't think so. My diamond provides the fixing. I guess I want this Bring to Justice. I think that was probably a bad idea. What do I want to trim? Pious Paladin, maybe? Card's hard to race. That kills Bumblebots. I'm cut a Sentry. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut a Sentry. Hey, look, I fixed my decklist tool. Oh, wait. I thought this hand had. I almost hit keep because I thought this hand had a guidance in it, but it does not have a guidance in it. Not exciting, but it's fine. Vanquish is based on defense. Right? Or am I forgetting? No, it is attack. Huh. Did I have it in my head that that was defense? That's a tilt. He's throwing the place. We're only going to take 1 hit from this. Throwing a 2/4 is pretty good against their 1/3. Alright, they didn't conceal it. It's a good start for us. Play the Spirit-Bound Vicar out as opposed to the Crypt Shrieker. Crypt Shrieker dies to feed the flames and Fireball. Not that they can Fireball next turn. Oh, I'd rather put the Vicar into play, I think. Rats. They didn't brick. So unlucky. Ice, please. This is a 2/4 because of my Spirit-Bound Vicar. I have plenty of plays here. Probably afford to miss for a turn or 2. My Swift Strike Dorko is going to hold down the fort nicely here. Guidance Sting. Grab a resource. Play that out. Play the Storm Rider. I'm not going to start attacking with this Crypt Shrieker because it plays defense. It gets like Flickering Gobbler and this pretty well. Next turn I'm going to start pumping in with this though. I assume this is killing this. Yep. No good attacks for their side. Play this Fang out. I think I'm going to make the Spirit-Bound Vicar a little bigger here. And tech in with this. Seems fine as a 4/4. If they want to eat this, they have to trade 2 things, which is decent. They might trade like Bolt Phasm plus Boomsmith, because none of those cards are doing much anyways, but I think that's fine. Oh, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. This can just, yeah, they can block like that. That's fine, right? I think I might actually eat this, because it keeps the Pious Paladin at home. I don't know if that's worthwhile or not. Yeah, probably. I think I care about the 3-2 with the Pious Paladin in my hand. Next turn I could run back the same attack with the Canyon Runner. Alright, now we're gonna have to get a little aggressive here. Hopefully we hit a non-slow shard, so we can go Pious Paladin, Canyon Runner, and Champ Power. Ding ding ding. Alright, I think it's time to get a little aggressive here. Especially because, like, my next troop off the top's gonna have speed as well. I think I just need to try and kill my opponent since they have this unblockable here. I'm gonna make some more blockers from this. They might double here. I think is fine for us. Yeah, we're gonna take 6. That takes a lot of power off the table for us. Maybe that wasn't worthwhile. Feel like I need to do something against this unblockable dork. I have a lot of removal in our deck. That's a fucking tilt. That's really frustrating. It's a really frustrating way to start the draft. That was the 1 sentry in our deck, too. I boarded out the second. Opponent's deck was, like, pretty insane, right? Like, they had double Flickering Gobbler, Stifling Sting, they hit Conceal every time, like... And we were the only one drafting... We were the only one drafting this archetype, and there were no altars open in the draft. So, a little bit punch. It's one of the difficulty, like, the things of, like, moving into an archetype like this one that we're playing that, like, kind of depends on commons, or depends on uncommons, and, like, not getting any of those uncommons in your draft pool. Just, like, can't control cards that you just never see. This deck's definitely a C- at best. I'm just gonna cheap shot this and start attacking. I feel like we have to be the aggressor against a Winter Moon deck, otherwise they're going to snowball advantage on us, so let's just pressure them. Cheap shot's probably not killing something much better than the 2-1. Sometimes it'll, like, allow us to trade up inside of combat. I think on average we just want to get their stuff out of the way. We'll gladly take this hit. Rather attack back. Yeah, again, just gonna go ahead and kill their stuff, and then keep attacking. Immediately punished. Immediately punished. We have exactly a light a day left. Alright, I'm off it. I'm off it. We're done. Let's draft again. Alright, we're off it.